8-6. Just like before, law of sines always used which trig function? Sine. What do you want to guess law of cosines is going to use? Cosine. So for the law of cosine, we are saying for any triangle, so again, this is not for just right triangles like we were doing with SOHCAHTOA initially. The law of cosines relates the cosine of each angle to the side lengths of the triangle. So you will have all side lengths or two sides and an angle to find the other side length, okay? Which I'll explain in just a minute. But here is the formula. It is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Want to memorize that one?
No, thank you.
Looks like fun, huh? Notice where the pieces are, okay? A, lowercase a, is here across from the capital A, okay? So capital A and lowercase a are related to each other, okay? You good? Or did you have a question?
No.
Okay. B and C, notice there's a B here and there's a B here. That's going to be one of your sides, but not the one across from the angle that we have. And then C is here and here, which is here, but again, not across from the angle that you're given, okay? So there's definitely a relationship between capital A, lowercase a, capital B, lowercase b, capital C, lowercase c. We are just going to refer to everything with this formula. Technically, there's two other formulas where they put the B here and then they put the C there. It just gets confusing. So we're always going to do it in terms of A being our standalone, but really any side can be that side. It's just whichever one is across from the angle that we have. Those two are related to each other. And you'll see as we do it what I'm talking about. Okay, so when to use the law of cosine? You can use the law of cosine when you know two side lengths and the measure of the included angle. So SAS, basically, with the SAS setup, you can do it. Or if you know all three side lengths, so if you have SSS, okay, you'll use the law of cosine. We're just going to do it. So I'm going to show you two different scenarios. These are the only two scenarios you'll see. So right now, this is the SAS one, right? You have a side, the included angle, and a side. You'll be solving for a side length. This one's easy. This one is literally plug it into your calculator and then take the square root and you're done, okay? The second one is the SSS setup where you're solving for the angle. And this one gives people a little bit of trouble, okay? Bless you. Mostly because of algebra, to be quite honest. So if you're good with algebra, you'll be fine. If algebra and solving for variables throws you off a little bit, you need to really pay attention right now to how this goes, and then you'll be fine too, okay? All right, so here's the setup. In this triangle, I need to figure out what is lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase c, and capital A, right? That's my formula. Here's what you need to know, okay? Your angle is always the capital A. Okay, if you keep it so that your angle is always the capital A, everything else falls into place for you, because then your lowercase a will always be across from that. Okay, so lowercase a is always across from the angle. Okay, B and C are interchangeable. It does not matter which one is B and which one is C. You can do B and C here, or you can do B and C here, as long as it's the two that are not across from the angle. Okay. All right, so let's lay this out. If we are looking at this picture, Where is my capital A?
52.
Yes, great job. A is 52. So where is lowercase a? X. The one across from it has to be lowercase a. Which one's B? 14 or 29. It does not matter. So if we call this B, then we're going to call this C. Okay? Vice versa is fine as well. CB, BC. Okay, that is the only hard part about this problem. The rest of it is now take the formula that we know and plug it into the formula. So I'm going to rewrite the formula here just so you can see that I'm plugging it straight into that formula. The formula is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Okay, so what's going to drop in for lowercase a? X. So it is x squared equals what? 14 squared plus 29 squared minus 2 times 14 times 29 times the cosine of what? 52. Okay? Here's the beautiful thing. You have a calculator. You're going to plug this into your calculator. So plug in 14 squared. I would do this with me just so you know you're plugging it in right. Plus 29 squared minus 2 times 14 times 29. Push the wrong button. Cosine 52. Hit enter. What do you get?
537.2.
Yes, you should be getting at this point 537.08283. Here's the only place that I see people make mistakes. They'll say, that's my answer. What's wrong with that? It's squared, right? So this is 537.0829, we'll say. You need to square root that. And again, here's that fabulous button on your calculator. Don't push anything. Leave the 537 on there and go second, hit the square root button, second answer, and that's going to take the 537 for you. Then hit enter, and what do you get? Nearest 10th. 23.2. Right? To the nearest 10th, you should be getting 23.2. God bless you. Miranda.
What equation did we use for the other one?
Law of sines.
Yeah.
Sine A over A equals sine B over B.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Questions on that? They don't get any easier than that one. It's literally drop the numbers in. You just need to know where the numbers are coming from. Okay? This one is harder. This one is going to require a little more effort of just where do things go and how do I simplify. All right, so in this one, we want to find the measure of angle F, so X. What is your capital A? X. Okay, the angle is always your capital A. So angle F is our capital A here. What is your lowercase a? 8. Always start with capital A, because if you start at lowercase a and you're not paying attention to where the angle is, you're going to potentially choose the wrong one, okay? So capital A, lowercase a, and then B and C are interchangeable. Doesn't matter. Okay, now if we plug it in, it's a squared, lowercase a squared. What is that?
8 squared.
8 squared. So this one is 8 squared equals B squared, which is 9 squared, plus C squared, which is 5 squared, minus 2 times B, which is 9, times C, which is 5, times the cosine of what? X.
Interesting.
Here's wherein lie the problems typically. Simplifying this, it is really tempting, don't do this. It is really tempting to plug this into your calculator, but you have to think of PEMDAS backwards. You have to multiply and divide before you add and subtract. Sorry, you have to add and subtract before you multiply and divide when you're doing this, because this right now, rewind, this whole thing is 2 times 9 times 5 times the cosine of x, okay? You can't just take part of that and combine it by addition and subtraction, okay? PEMDAS backwards means you got to do the addition and subtraction first, and then you can start moving things around. Well, we can't quite do that because of what we have here. So here's what I recommend, okay? 8 squared we know is 64. You can do these two together, 9 squared plus 5 squared is 106, okay? And we can simplify this to some number. 2 times 9 times 5 is 90 cosine x, okay? To get x by itself right now, we cannot subtract those two things. We haven't gotten rid of the multiplication that's going on in there yet. So instead, we're going to move everything away from the x. So the first thing you're going to do with that is you're going to take away the 106. Take away the 106. So this is gone. I'm left with 64 minus 106 is a negative 42. What are we left with on the right side right now? Negative. Yes. Don't forget that negative. Negative 90 cosine x. Okay, now remember, cosine x right now is representing some value. You cannot divide by negative 90 cosine. That doesn't make sense. You can't take just a cosine. You need a cosine of a number. So we need to do this in 2 steps. We need to first divide by the negative 90. So this is gone. Negative 42 divided by negative 90 is this number, 0.46 repeating, equals the cosine of x. Again, I would not even write that number down necessarily, because all you need to do now is take the inverse cosine, because we're solving for an angle, of that number that is already stored in your calculator. Okay, so go second cosine, then hit second and the negative symbol to give you answer, ANS, hit enter, and you should be getting that x to the nearest tenth, they asked us for nearest tenth on this one, is 62.2 degrees. God bless you. Make sense? It's a process. Once you get it, it's not difficult. You just need to make sure you've got it. Okay, so maybe try one of those in the next 20 minutes here on the homework. Solve for one of the angle ones before you do the other ones. Yeah?
How do you know whether to do the cosine or the one we learned yesterday, the sin?
If I always say look for law of sines. So law of sines, if you have an angle with the side across from it and an angle with the side across from it, you'll do the law of sines. If you don't have that, it's probably law of cosines. But the way you can tell, like the book way they say, is look for SAS and SSS is law of cosines. If it's, what were they, AAS, ASA, and ASS is law of sines.
Okay.
But I think that's way too much to remember. I always look for law of sines, angle, opposite, angle, opposite. If I have 3 of those 4, I do law of sines. If I don't, it's going to be law of cosines. Okay? Okay, last one. This one's fun. Not that those are fun too to me, but you know. It says a boat leaves a port and travels 1.3 kilometers due east. So we're going to call this our port. Okay, it's leaving, what's due east? Straight east, right? Not south, not north, just straight east. So it goes straight east 1.3 kilometers. So here's one boat, okay? A second boat leaves port and travels 1.8 kilometers heading south 22 degrees east, which is 22 degrees east of south, okay? So if this is south, straight down, I need to go 22 degrees east of that. Okay, so that would make this angle 22 degrees. It says that guy went 1.8 kilometers. So that length is 1.8 kilometers. Okay, that's this length here. The question is, to the nearest tenth of a mile, how far apart are those two boats? So we are looking for this length. Okay. This is going to be law of cosines because we have an SAS setup, even though you don't technically see SAS right now. Can you tell me that angle? What is it? It would be 68, right? These two have to add up to 90. If this one's 22, then this one's going to be 68. Okay, so you have side angle side. Okay, so now let's set this up as law of cosines. Where is capital A?
68.
The 68. Good. So lowercase a is your x, which looks more like a T. Sorry. X. So then B and C, again, interchangeable. It doesn't matter. Okay, so if we're going to plug this in, it's going to be x squared equals b squared, 1.3 squared, plus c squared, which is 1.8 squared, minus 2 times 1.3 times 1.8 times what? Cosine 68. And this is that nice one that you can just plug into your calculator. So we would say x squared equals, plug that in, 1.3 squared plus 1.8 squared minus 2 times 1.3 times 1.8 times the cosine of 68. So you should be getting 3.1768-ish, right? And then just go second square root, second answer, and you get x is approximately 1.8. So they're about 1.8 kilometers apart. Questions on that?